Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Annie's review time, and we talk about movies and stuff like that. So today we are talking about everything wrong with Wizards of Waverly Place. So obviously there are going to be spoilers in this video. If you've never seen Wizards of Waverly Place, I suggest you watch it because it's a good show. Selena Gomez is on it, and you most likely know who Selena Gomez is because she's one of the biggest pop artists in the world, I believe. So yeah, you should probably check it out. It's a pretty decent show for Disney Channel. And so if you don't know how we're going to do it, we're going to talk about the characters, then we're going to talk about the good things, and then we're going to talk about the bad things. So yeah, let's do this. All right. So first, the characters. There's Alex Russo. Well, first you need to understand what Wizards of Waverly Place is about. So it's about this family of wizards, and they live on Waverly Place. So like that's pretty much the whole. They get into wacky adventures, but like there's just like, oh, and they need to find out. The whole show pretty much just builds up for the final family wizard competition because it's like whoever wins some stupid competition becomes the family wizard, and they take everybody else's powers, like all the other siblings' powers away, and just put it into that one person. And you know what? Talking about it now kind of makes me wonder, like, what would happen if it was like just a kid, like if it was like just a single child. If they were an only child, would they need to do a family wizard competition, or would they just be like, you get the powers? They should talk about that. Anyway, we have the first character is Alex, and Alex Russo. She's played by Selena Gomez, and Alex is like the typical Disney Channel girl, like the Disney Channel main character. She is sassy. She's like snarky, sarcastic. She's like boy crazy at the same time, and she can be a jerk, but like not as much of a jerk as Miley from Hannah Montana, which I've talked about in a different video, so you can check that up like on one of those corners. But she's not as much as a jerk as Miley is, but she's like she has her moments, but it's like she's like ditzy, not ditzy, but like at the same time not smart, and that's one of her like traits. But she's supposed to be a good person, even though like I need to talk about something because Justin never seems to believe in Alex, and Justin is, well, Alex's whole family, but Justin is Alex's brother. He's played by David Henry, and Justin was always like thinking that Alex is like up to no good, and sure, she is usually up to no good, but not like the stuff Justin accuses her of. Is not like he thinks she's always like about like this close to turning evil, and it's just kind of like this isn't, you're not supporting her. You're just like constantly thinking she's scheming, and she's just an underachiever. So that's pretty much like Justin's always the one who's like closer to turning evil. He was like dating in an episode he dated like a dark angel, and he snapped his wand in half. He was crazy. But like he's always trying to act like Alex is always up to no good. Like, but anyways, then there's Justin, and Justin, even though I just went on a whole little rant about him, Justin is a decent character. He's just kind of like, he's supposed to be like the smart guy, and he's just like, he's kind of, he's like the smart one, and he's the good one, which it's like he constantly is like, he looks out for his family. He does love his family, and he's always trying to like, Russo family power. But it's like but he's always blaming Alex for things, and she's always saving his behind, and it's just kind of like she's always just pulling him out of the fire, but he's always has something to blame her for. There's Max, who is her other brother, and he's pretty much Alex, but a guy, which somehow makes him dumber. Like, he's kind of like Alex without the street sense. Like, Alex isn't book smart, but she's street smart. Max isn't smart at all. He's just overall dumb. And so, like, oh my gosh. There was, like, I'll talk about it in a second when I talk about the bad things, but, because I can go off on that. But the good things about, we're going to talk about, oh my gosh, I'm so confused today. I'm sorry. There's more characters besides those three. There's their mom, Teresa, and you know what? Like, a thing that I liked about, one of the episodes I liked about the show was they had Alex have like a quinceañera, and it's like, it was cool because it was supposed to be like, the family is a blended family. I guess that would be what you would call it. I guess it's like the dad was Italian and the mom was, I think she was Mexican or like Cuban. She came from Hispanic heritage. So like they had an episode where that was like incorporated, and I liked it because it was like it was cool because it is just like you're incorporating. It's like it was a deeper episode, I guess. Like it was a real thing that happens. And it's like, she was like, Mom, you just want me to have it because you didn't have one. And so she ends up like switching bodies with her mom. But like, that's, it's a whole nother story. But, it's like, it's a real problem, you know? Like, cause sometimes like, you see that in a lot of shows when they talk about like Hispanic people, they're always like, the moms are always crazy about the quinceañeras. And it's like, it's usually a thing about like, the mom had a terrible one, but it was just like it's a common storyline, but it's just like it was cool. I liked it because it's like, I don't know, it was cool to get that kind of like I guess like a more diverse look at stuff instead of like, people just say like, oh, your 15th birthday. No, it's 15. So yeah. Then there's Jerry. He's the dad, and he owns a sandwich shop on Waverly Place. And right now, I do not know what my camera is doing because it's like going dark and everything, and I don't know what's happening. It's I don't like it. Yeah, hold up. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So, like, Jerry runs the sandwich shop that they do and whatever, and it's like, I have a problem with this sandwich shop. It gets on my nerves in the end, but, they, like, live on the top. It's like one of those places, like, you have the restaurant, and then you go upstairs, and it's like a house. That's what they lived in. And so Jerry was, he was like, oh, you guys, because he has his own little situation going on. Jerry is the Justin in his family. And then there's Uncle Kelbo, who also, Shakira. Uncle Kelbo is Shakira. And he's the Max of the older generation. But Kelbo is Shakira, and if you've never seen Wizards of Waverly Place, you would have no idea what I'm talking about. But it's true. And then, what else? Then his sister was like the Alex, and she was like, not evil, but like, they just kind of like was like, oh, she's on the verge or whatever. And it's so annoying. But like, okay, I'm gonna call out a problem here. Disney Channel seems to have like the same kind of like thing for its female characters. If if you're a main female character in a Disney Channel show, you're snarky, you're sarcastic, you're like you're lazy, you're not good at school. There's Alex, there's Miley, there's Maya. She's not the main character of Girl Meets World, but she's second, and she kind of fills in that little thing. There's Andy, and Andy's kind of like bratty, and it's like they have why can't there's Teddy, but Teddy was good at school. She just matches all the other things, and it's like why can't they're like the I'm not like other girls, and it's like why can't you be normal? Why can't you be regular? There's Raven from That's So Raven. Why can't you be regular? Why do you have to go above and beyond? And I think Alex was probably the best. Well, Maya was good too, but Alex was probably the best out of this kind of this thing that they have going. And I they should have just stopped with Alex. No, well, Maya was good, but they should have. Maya's supposed to be like the Sean Hunter of Girl Meets World, so it kind of makes sense why she's like that. But it's like they should have stopped with Alex. It's just Alex should have been the cutoff for that. But yeah. So what was I saying? Right. Jerry, he runs the sandwich shop. He's the dad. He trains them and their wizard stuff. He's not very important. There's Juliet, who is played by Bridget Mendler. I love Bridget Mendler. She plays Teddy Duncan on Good Luck Charlie, which is an amazing show. But yeah. So we have Juliet and Justin were a thing. And it was then she leaves him because she gets scratched by Mason, who's a werewolf, and she turns into an old lady or something. No, before that she had to leave him because Justin sent monster hunters after her and her family. By accident. He's like, guys, there's 3 monsters on Waverly Place. And so Alex is like, oh, you should tell your vampire girlfriend and her 2 parents who live on Waverly Place. But it's a whole thing, and it's Juliet is alright, I guess. It was the whole Justin and Juliet thing was supposed to be the Romeo and Juliet trope, I guess. There's Mason. Mason and Alex were okay. Mason and Alex were very good during their run. But it's whenever Mason isn't with Alex, he's the most annoying character. He's kind of stalkerish and creepy, if we really think about it. I know he didn't know that I think he said he didn't know or whatever when she moved into the stupid apartment, and it's he visits every day. It's just really creepy, and it's y'all broke up and you're still just following her, you're still just ringing and then he dates her roommate, and he's like, what, Alex? I thought we broke up. I thought you didn't care about me anymore. So why do you care that I'm dating your roommate? Dude, what? Where is it not connecting? That's if you started dating Harper, because her and her roommate were really close. She really liked her roommate. They were friends. Where is the disconnect? Where? But yeah, that was a thing. Oh, and also when Mason became a werewolf, I feel the writers weren't planning it until they just did it, because they meet in their art class, and then he's just I like painting dogs, and I guess that was supposed to be a little hint, but it's he was a normal kid besides that. And then next thing you know, the next episode he's in, he's constantly leaving. He's doing this and that. Like, Mason was not a good boyfriend to Alex, let's be honest. And she just kind of like kept taking him back. And it's a little it's a little reminiscent of a different relationship, a more real relationship, but we're not gonna talk about that one. But yeah, it's like he was just like and it was just like at certain points their relationship just wasn't good. It was running its course, and then like they just kept going. Like some of the arcs that they had with them was just really annoying. And it's like they were like, when they were good, but when they were just like terrible, they were terrible. At least for me, these are all my opinions, but like it's just when they were broken up, they just had to keep bringing Mason in, and I was so annoyed. And like when, oh my gosh, it was a headache at times. Like that whole, but there's who else? Oh, we just talked about Mason, the werewolf boyfriend. There's Harper, who is Alex's best friend. She has a crush on Justin for like a lot of the series, and not just like a normal like, oh, it's Justin. She was kind of borderline stalkerish, but you know, it was seen as like for comedy. It's not a healthy portrayal of a, you know, but it's like, oh, that one time she pretended to be Juliet so that Justin could let Juliet go, and she was pretending to be Juliet, and she was like going on dates with him and having fun with him, and it was just like it was just weird. It's uncomfortable for me. Like, I'm thinking about it, it's just like weird. Like, it's no. This is not okay. It's like, oh, we just wanted you to let Juliet go. Is that your place? Is it your place to dress up like to magic yourself? To have Alex magic you? She didn't ask for Alex to do it, but like it's just not okay. And like it just happened for. It was a whole episode, and it's just like, before I'm like, okay, whatever, but like thinking about it now, it's just weird and uncomfortable. And they were going on dates together. He like kissed her on the cheek or something. He thought his girlfriend was back. Like, how is you pretending to be his dead girlfriend, helping him move on? Instead, you're just setting him up for you're making him hit past rock bottom. Like, how is this? But then she stopped liking Justin and ended up dating his best friend Zeke. Zeke was like was a geek. It rhymes, so it's gotta be true. He was like a weird version of Justin. He was like just like really strange. He was just like, he's socially awkward. And it was like, Harper and Zeke were a much healthier relationship than whatever Alex and Mason had going on. And even like Justin and Juliet, like, it was like, it's just like, it was annoying at times what they were doing. So before we talk about all the bad things, we got to talk about the good things. We got to talk about everything they did right. So what they did right, the plot. And like, plot is like the just like the idea, like, oh, there's a group of, they gotta keep the secret. I forgot, because you can't have, there's like 3 Disney shows that come to mind where you have to keep some sort of secret. There's Hannah Montana, there's That's So Raven, there's Wizards of Waverly Place. But yeah, like, it's just like, It's just like they have to keep the stupid secret, but it was a good idea. The acting was good. The acting was like Disney Channel standard. It was like there weren't any. I can't think of any weak actors. They were all pretty solid. They were all pretty solid. Yeah, actually, there's always like that one weak actor. I can't think of them. I can't think of any. I like right now. I'll probably think of one later, but as of right at this very moment, none. The overarching plot, which is pretty much like the plot that kind of takes over the series, that was good. It's just like, the family, that was pretty much, it's like the family wizard plot thing. And that was good because it kind of like, it gave the series a kind of complete feel to it. It's like, oh, they were training to see for the family wizard competition. And now they reached the family wizard competition. So it was like, it made it more complete because, then they had the stupid Alex versus Alex thing. And like, why did they need that movie? Justin wasn't even in it, so like, I just get so annoyed sometimes by Disney Channel. They do too much. They do too much. Like, if they just stopped it at that, I would have felt good. Because another thing they did right was character development. And here's the thing. We had 4 years of character development with Alex's character. She became a great, she was like, she was like she was like very into her family. She was like she was doing the right thing. And then they just scrapped that for the stupid movie, which like, it was like, she felt like pressure because they're like, oh, Justin, but like, they just like, she was just doing it was post season 4 Alex doing season 1 Alex things. And I didn't like it. I wasn't feeling it. It was just like taking the evil out of yourself or the bad out of yourself. That was what season 1 Alex would have done. Season 4 Alex would have been like, oh, I'm there's 2 sides of me, and I gotta, the one who separated her evilness out of her is the same girl who would have worn the stupid the stupid ugly knowledge pants to the trivia showdown thing. But it's like the show, really good character development. And another thing they did right was, like, of course, you probably expected it, but, like, Alex becoming family wizard was done right because of, like, how they did it instead of it, like, oh, Alex is just beating them. Because Justin, period, is a better wizard than Alex. Like, if we're just talking about, like, skill, I guess it would be, like, he's better. And he's, like, he knows how to do the spells, he knows, but he's a very, like, book-smart wizard. And he's better than her in those aspects. But like, Alex, because she saved Justin, and he like kind of like went past her. That was like, and then he's like, it would work with Justin's character too because he is too honest to kind of be like, nah. And once again, if this was season 1 Alex, or that stupid Alex versus Alex movie Alex, she would have been like taking a whole episode to figure out, maybe I shouldn't lie about being a family wizard. But like, season 4 Alex was much more humbled. Like, and like, she was still Alex, but she was just better, I guess. She just grew up as a person naturally. Now we're going to talk about all the garbage that Wizards of Waverly placed in. Because, like, as this video just went on, I just noticed all of these terrible things that they just got away with doing. And that they were even, like, praised for doing. Like, Alex and Mason's toxic relationship. Like, during the first run of their relationship, it was fine. They were good. But, like, then they just kept bringing him back. And it was so annoying because he kept getting away with doing all these terrible things. Like, when he like, attacked Justin in the stupid mummy cave, I think it was. He attacked him. And it was okay because he loved Alex. He sent Juliet. Oh, he scratched Juliet, turning her into an ugly vampire for life. You know, until the stupid apartment episode things happened. But he did that, and then it was okay because he loved Alex. And it's just like he came to her, he was jealous of her and chased the beast hunter, the monster hunter, whatever he was called, the beast tamer, I think he was. He was jealous of her and him, even after she said, oh, they flipped my words or whatever. And he's like, oh, okay, whatever. But then he goes and turns werewolf on her and he's like, you have to choose me or him. He just put Alex in a lot of uncomfortable situations, and Alex was dealing with it. No, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Disney Channel and their terrible, like, showing of healthy relationships because these kids are because they're children. And it's like, it's not good. It's annoying. And it's like, if she was around any male that wasn't her brothers, then he was a threat, and he went werewolf and started trying to eliminate them. Do y'all forget when he ate Dean? Do people forget this? When he ate Dean, you know, the like guy from her school from like season 1. He ate him when he came back. Actually, he ingested him. And it was like, they had to go into the little, what was he, like Cowboy Bob or whatever? Go into the little submarine thing inside. She's like, aw, he's always thinking of me. Like, he ate a human being, and she was okay with it because he's always thinking about me. Like, or when they were trying to be like, wizards and werewolves can't be in relationships together. So she's like, no, Mason, he's a good dude. Oh no, Alex got jealous. And so she made fun of him until he werewolfed out. Because Mason has anger issues that need to be dealt with. But they're never properly dealt with because then they always like sidetrack it with, he constantly thinks of Alex. He loves Alex. And it's like, Mason had no character development. Mason's character devolved. He's terrible. And it's like, but yeah, so there's that. And then like, Mason is just so annoying. Another thing that I really disliked was the whole Maxine saga. Maxine was like annoying. It was, why did it need to happen? Why did it need to, like, if it was one episode, whatever. But it was so long. It felt like months. It is just like, Why was it necessary? Why did we need it? Who recommended it? Who was like, yo, we don't want Max. We want Maxine. We want Max to be a little girl. He wasn't even like the same age he was. They turned into Max, I think, like, because he's like, I'm gonna move the family wizard dates up, but he's like, then I'm gonna move it back, then I'm gonna this. So they all turned into Max, and then they're like, all right, let's change back, and somehow they change him into Maxine, and it's just like, guys, what did you do to me? Like, he was like a 12-year-old girl, like, Max was like 14, 16, like 14 to 16 at the time, and it's like, I don't think I've ever been a fan of those episodes. They're not necessarily good. Or like when Jerry was like, oh, my little girl, and like Maxine was coming for Alex's neck because he's like, you turned me into a little girl, now I'm going to ruin your life. And it's like, what happened? Oh my gosh, what was that? What was that whole saga? It was so stupid. And then he turned back into Max when he had to perform on the stupid Rains. It's like it was dumb, and it's better forgotten about. And then we have another better forgotten about saga. But you know what? The last moment of the saga was pretty good. Like I like the unity, but the thing they had when what was it? It was like, oh, Alex and Harper are gonna move into their own apartment. It was like 3B or something. And so, like, it was so weird. That's when Mason is at his most annoying points. And it's a long saga, because then it turns out, oh my gosh, the dude is actually the dude from the Dark Angel saga. He's back for revenge, and he's gonna get everybody and steal magic, and it was kind of like, it was, once again, who thought of this, who was like, yeah, we're really hitting them today, boys. We're gonna really snatch them up, because this is so stupid. Like, season 4 had good moments, but it also just wasn't hitting it at times. Season 4 is the worst season. Like, thinking back, it's okay, but it's not good. It's like, what was that little, like, we're just gonna get them today. We're just really gonna knock them. Like, we're gonna knock their socks off. And it's like, y'all couldn't have done that better. Y'all couldn't have, like, really, got in the revenge, because the first Dark Angel saga was good. It was a nice setup, like, the way that they did it. But it was kind of, like, weird when Rosie was like, I'm a wizard. Actually, I'm not a wizard. I'm an angel. But I'm a good angel. Actually, I'm not a good angel. I'm a dark angel. But now, I'm a good angel. It was just like, girl, make up your mind. It was like, she was just flipping all the time. Like, next thing you know, she's a kangaroo. Like, it's just too much. And then, another thing that I didn't like was when Justin became the headmaster in the final episode. Why? Because it's like, and you know what? It would have been fine if they didn't add it with Max just getting the sandwich shop. Like, why did Max just get the sandwich shop? Why couldn't they make up some next they forgot about Max. They just gave Max the rations. They're like, oh, you can just run the sandwich shop, honey. Like, why couldn't he do something with his life? Like, not even just like, why couldn't he just get something? Like, Max was the one who was training. Max was ahead in the competition. Max was really hitting it. He was ahead. He was a foot. He was a leg. He was just above and beyond. And then next thing you know, he's just getting the sandwich shop? Like, if all three of them had gotten something, people probably would have been like, they're cheating. This isn't what was supposed to happen. But it's like, y'all gonna give Alex the family wizard, gonna make her the family wizard, which she deserved. And, you know, that was what was going to eventually end up happening. But then y'all going to make Justin the headmaster of the school, the fake Hogwarts. And then you're going to make Max just be, like, running Subway? Like, I'm like, I feel bad. But, you know what? They had really, like, bad storylines. It's just, like, the dumbest things just kind of, like, happened on the show, and were just, like, allowed to happen, and it's, like, they shouldn't have been allowed to happen. Like, the Maxine thing should have been, like, as soon as someone thought it, should have been eliminated. The apartment thing, interesting concept, poor execution. It was just like, oh, I forgot, when they weren't wizards anymore for that brief period of time, oh my gosh, like, it was like, and everybody hated Alex because it was like, she needed help from, like, the FBI. No, she was like, they were, like, in a government facility, and, like, it was just a lot. They're like, we wanted to test to see if you could keep the secret. So you lock us in a government facility for like a week, and then you expect us not to call the government, not the government, but like the cops to help us? Like, she wanted to be like, if they're going to expose us, we got to expose ourselves first. Expose first, lest you be exposed. But, it's like, it was weird. And then they had a stupid trial, and then, like, everybody hated Alex, and it was, like, it was awkward. I don't like watching that kind of conflict on TV because it makes me feel uncomfortable. It's like, when he's like, if she's working here, then we're not either. Like, it makes me feel a type of way. So, since I've gone on another rant about a television show, I'm going to tell you whether or not it's worth watching. And it is. It's like, once you get 2.5 seasons in, you're pretty. You're in deep. So you might as well just watch the 4th season. The 4th season, if you can't watch the 4th season, you can't not watch the 4th season because then it's just incomplete. The 4th season is like, I'm thinking back on it now, and it's just like bad. But I think that's like, but not even every show has terrible last seasons. It's just like what was going on was just garbage. It was just garbage all around. It was like Riverdale level garbage. It was jingle jangle just going around in that writer's room. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week, I guess, because it seems like I'm doing this on a weekly basis. And, like, next Monday, I guess, because that seems to be when I'm posting. And, we'll do that. And I'll probably talk about The Princess Diaries, because Anne Hathaway is perfecto. But yeah, this has been my little review of Wizards of Waverly Place. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever y'all need to do. And, check out my channel which will probably be up somewhere around here. You can check out my channel. You can, check out my other videos. I did a video on Hannah Montana, and I did a review of High School Musical, the musical, the series. The first season, I did that. I had like a brain fart, but I did that, and so yeah, bye.